Okay, Hantverksbira podcast has met up with Janne from Revenant Brewing.
Hello.
Really nice to meet you.
Hey.
We actually met the day before yesterday.
Yes.
At the pub in Gothenburg.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
you're here from Finland?
yes, from Finland, from Kuopio, Finland, and
where is Kuopio located in Finland?
it's like a middle eastern part of Finland.
Okay.
So kind of remote distances from Helsinki is something like 400 kilometers.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, from Kuopio, that's our hometown, and
yeah, and you're here in Gothenburg to participate at the All In Beer Fest?
Yes, actually, yes.
Yeah.
And besides that, we have been in going through some clients over here, meet the bar managers, shopkeepers. So it's been a busy weekend so far, and today is the main day of the festival, main session. So I'm really looking forward for today.
But you were there yesterday as well at the festival?
Yes.
It was a good experience so far?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Very good, very good.
Did you have the time to try any Swedish beers maybe?
Yeah, of course. I was busy at my desk, but I had something also from OO's. OO Brewing, that's one of my favorites. Sigberets.
Sigberets, yes.
Also something from Denmark with dry and bitter. We're actually now we have a collab beer brewing at the dry and bitter.
Ah, cool.
Kind of London style porter there. So yeah, it was busy. It was fun.
Will be even more today.
Yeah,
I'm really sure.
Yeah.
We're going directly after this recording. We're going to the festival.
Yes.
For at least for me, you are mostly known for the big, bold, hazy stuff.
Yep.
New England, double and triple and so on. So, but here in front of me, you have put up one yellow, one dark, and one like bright beer.
Yep.
Just to show your range, more or less, I guess.
Exactly. That's we have been focusing on this hazy New England. That's our core style. It will be our core style, but we have seen the demand to kind of expand the portfolio a little. And we are happy to represent our first Imperial Stout and the Helles Lager over here. So yeah, getting to the business with only one very niche product, it's kind of hard. Yeah. So it's good to have a little bit something more also to show the people. And these are the styles that we actually like ourselves, like to drink these styles also. So it's kind of natural way to go to the Imperial Stouts and also the lagers. And our background is home brewing. We are home brewers. So we have been brewing these styles other than the hazies also at home for ages. But we kind of came up with these hazies, and yeah, that's how it is now. There are 3 different colored beers in front of us.
That is great. How did it all kick off from you? So you said you were homebrewers, and then you figured out that it might be nice to start a commercial brewery, or?
Yeah, okay. It began, the idea of the brewery became like it's more or less 4 or 5 years ago. Our first beer came 2 years ago, so actually pretty precisely.
Okay.
Of course, we had a dream to set up our own facility, own vessels, own brewery, actual brewery. But then exactly the same times that we go, okay, now we are ready. Now we have the recipes. They're now as good as they can be to actually do the own brewery. But then came the COVID. Yeah. Then came the war. So the money came skyrocketing high expensive to get loans. Actually, almost impossible to get loan that big that you would need to set up a brewery. You would easily say it's in euros like a $500,000 investment. So
quite a lot.
I don't have that money.
No.
So
fully understandable.
So we figured out that okay, was it there? That was our chance. Now it's gone. But then we came up with the idea that, okay, maybe if we start as a contract brewery. And okay, here we are. We are brewing in a contract model nowadays. So it has been worked very, really okay. Of course, we have, pros and cons in every aspect of the business, but trying to make the most of the pros and least the effect of the cons. That's how it goes.
But I mean, I'm not involved in like the brewing, and so how does it work when you're a contract brewer? Are you like sending the recipe and they the brewery brew it for you, or do you go there by yourself and brew at their equipment, or is it like different batches, or?
Yeah. Usually, we are very strict with the recipes that we gave from the water chemistry to mashing to hopping techniques and everything. So it's very precise. And yes, we go to brew our beers in a way that, let's say, if we make major changes to the recipes or we pushing the new styles, we go there for the brewing. But if we are not going to make any big changes, it doesn't make much sense to travel.
No.
Travel, for example, there are beers that are brewed in the Netherlands and also in Finland. So it doesn't make sense to buy a 500 euros flight tickets just to now we're changing the Citra to Nelson, and it's
no big deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
And how about the name? It sounds quite like mysterious.
Yeah. Revenant is like, you probably have heard about the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio there.
Yeah.
I think that movie is pretty much also the same as we are as a brand. Revenant, it's not a ghost, it's not a zombie, it's something that came back alive beyond death or something like that. So you are stronger again and again after some something what has happened to your life.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe how I see it in real life, it's something maybe you have. Everybody can kind of relate to Revenant, like we have experienced something in our lives,
tough
times maybe, or accident, or somebody has a cancer or lost a close one. Then you kind of end up getting back stronger and stronger again. Maybe you are a little bit a new person after the rough times. So that's being a Revenant. And also when it comes to beer, I think it's something like you always are adventurous to be better and better every time.
Yeah.
Even though you face like you might drink very bad beers time and time again, and you still don't hesitate to come again to find the best beer ever. You try to find the best beer ever, or you try to make the best beer ever. That's being Revenant.
Yeah. Cool. Should we dig into the first one?
Of course.
For the Helles, I guess.
Yeah, let's go. Let's start with the Helles. It's our first lager.
It's very crisp and clean looking.
But I like you might sense that there's a little bit the hopping is maybe in the upper scale of the Helles style, but still not a Pilsner. So it's somewhere there with the hops. But I still think it's pretty kind of traditional style. It's not the modern lager. It's we try to make it as classic as it can be. Even though with the, craft brewery.
Of course.
This is brewed at Tuju, and it's also a collaboration beer with Tuju in Lappeenranta. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it ended up.
What's the ABV on this one?
5.2.
Okay.
Sapphire and Magnum on the hops.
Yeah, really nice. And as it should be, quite easy drinking.
Yeah. I still think the Helles this is like a small batch craft lager. So we're most of our business is export to different countries, and the Helles is very kind of hard to export because
of course
everyone has those premium lagers, and we can never compare the price to those premium lagers that you can get in your bars, in your restaurants.
So you mean like premium lagers that aren't premium?
Yeah, I don't mean macro, but
not in the taste.
But let's say like Budvars or Urkel or something like that.
Yeah, they're more or less everywhere.
So. Yeah, exactly. Oh. But we want to showcase this because we want people to know our lager, how we do it. So here it is.
So what is your inspiration for coming across like new styles or new recipes and so on? Is it just that you said before that you want to get a little bit better for every beer, or?
Yeah, these new styles, as mentioned, they are pretty much something that we have been brewing for years at home. These are styles that we want to represent. We want our idea is to give these flavors, our visions of the beer to the people that are as enthusiasts as us into the beer. So these are the styles that I think represents our vision pretty well. So I don't. For example, if we go to something like smoothie sours or brown ale or some other styles that we probably don't master very well, we don't want to give people something that we just try to do in a way or another. We just we want to know what we are doing. We want that people that spend money for our beer, that it will be worth the money every time. So
what was like the major challenges when you scaled up from like home brewer and to commercial recipes? I mean, it's not just one by one. I mean, it's a lot of stuff to take into consideration, I guess.
And there is a lot, and also there is something that you cannot control every time. I've been talking with brewers with different breweries. They're actually like, oh, you brew with the different vessels. Yes, we do. How can you do it? Okay, there are challenges, of course. The same recipe with different vessels, it might end up a pretty different beer than with the other vessels. So there are challenges. There are some something that we cannot control, but that's part of our game. We need to take that into consideration, of course.
That's a part of like the craft beer.
Yeah, that is. But of course, we have already learned a lot. And for example, we have been brewing the first year mostly at Tuju in Lappeenranta, and then we are now brewing in the Netherlands with Frontal also. So and these are two totally different vessels to put the recipe, and we had some challenges, of course, scaling up from the home brewery to the size of Tujus, and from the Tujus to the size of Frontals, and every vessels have their own specialities. So there have been challenges, but I think we have been learning from those, and where we are now, I think we are getting better every time. So that in that sense, it's good.
Have you come to the point that you brew like the same beer over and over? Because as far as I know, you're mostly doing small new batches all the time.
Yeah, we're doing basically one-offs.
Yeah.
Few times we have made a rebrew of something from the previous recipe, but yeah, it's more or less one-offs. That's how the game is. People want to taste it once, then they move forward. Unless it's like some pretty well-known core beer, like Budvar or something, then they want to go there. Or in the craft game, there's like King Julius or some of those pioneer beers that we want to get every now and then. But with us, I think people want to taste it once, then they want the next one. Even though it don't need to be miles away from the previous one, but they just maybe want the different hop combos to taste, if we are talking about the hazies. But of course, we try to develop the recipe more than just changing the hops. We can also do things with the yeast, with the malts, and we can develop the body of the beer, of course, every time. We try to make it better and better. So it's not just putting different hops. Different.
How is it to like better and better, or more crazy and more crazy? Because a lot of the beer enthusiasts want the totally crazy stuff sometimes.
Yeah, that is something we've been thinking of. You can every time you can go more crazy and more crazy, but I still think in my vision is that the beer needs to be drinkable.
Yeah.
You don't. Hopefully, you don't need like a spoon to eat your beer. I like the beer is still drinkable.
Yeah.
So you might find when we go to the hazies that it might be a little bit the drier body than in the mainstream of the hazies or some high beers or something. I think we try to keep the drinkability pretty good. So it might. I think nowadays the more sugar you put into the body, the more hyped it is. So there's there's something that we still okay. The more if you're talking about the final gravities, you can go up and up and up again, and most likely they get rated better and better the more sugar there is. But there's still something that you can't always go as crazy as you want, or it doesn't make sense for me at least.
I mean,
someone does it more crazy every time. But
but you lose the balance in the beer.
Yeah,
more or less. But yeah, if you only should drink a sample anyway, maybe you want the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And if you have repeatable beers, then you need to have the balance in the beer.
Yeah, I think the future is something like that. Most likely, do well-balanced core beers and then some small batch crazy stuff.
Yeah,
maybe something like that.
Should we dig into the hazy one?
Of course, let's do
it.
Is
this one that you have in production right now, or?
Yeah, this is the new batch. It's Outbreak. It's a collab with Rivington.
Rivington from UK.
Yeah, from the UK, yes.
The scent is really fruity and nice. Must be quite heavily dry hopped.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Main characters from Nectaron. It's also Galaxian Citra, I think, and Hyper Boost Idaho 7.
Okay, and Hyper Boost is concentration.
Yeah,
but it's still in pellets, or is it oil?
It's like a syrup or oil or liquid format.
Liquid.
Those are pretty new.
Yeah.
In those from the hop producer. I think mostly every hop producer has their own version of those syrups now and there. We have tried them a few times, and I think now we're getting to know how to use them actually pretty well. So when you use them well, it gives pretty nice aromas, nice kick.
Yeah, it's really, really tasty.
Yeah.
And we see, is it like 6.5 or something?
8.0.
8.0.
Yeah,
it was well hidden.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah.
So now, are you do you compare, how's the craft beer scene in Finland? Or maybe you don't sell the most in Finland, or you sell the most in export, and then it's...
Yeah, it's funny because if we brew, for example, in the Netherlands, Finland is also kind of export market for us because we need to ship the beers to our home country and hometown also. So we are very much focused on the export. In Finland, I think it's been growing ever since from the hype of the craft breweries 2010 to 2020. There was popping up new breweries every now and then.
Yeah.
Now I think it's more or less the same that in Europe generally. I think same in Sweden. There are maybe a little bit too many breweries actually. So most breweries stay very local, super local. To making the effort there, they can get the best profits from the very local sales. We don't have that option, at least for now. We don't have tap room yet, or we don't actually have their own brewery. So we need to be focused on the export, and that's what we are working hard on. So, but in general, I think there's actually pretty many Finnish breweries nowadays selling abroad to Europe, to Asia also. There's like Salama Coolhead Factory.
Yeah.
You have probably heard of those, at least if you, something else maybe also, if I'm correct. But anyway, it's been, we came to the point of the saturated market, but it gives room for a few of the best ones to succeed. And in the other hand, probably those that not succeed, they will just disappear or
I mean,
something else.
That's a classic like survival of the fittest, more or less. So that's in every business. That's the case.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same.
I mean, you have the gold digger in the beginning, and then you realize you're not good enough, or you don't have the capacity, or whatever, and then you're like someone else takes over.
Yeah.
But in Finland, you have the possibility from was it this year or last year to sell beers in the grocery stores up to 8%?
Yeah.
ABV. Yeah.
That's correct.
And that's a totally different market than for Sweden. And then you have your Alko as well.
Yeah, we have Alko as well. I think here in Sweden, the Systembolaget has more power than the Alko in Finland, because in Finland, basically you can buy your everyday beers while you're shopping your everyday products on market. So there's beers up to 8%. So that's something we try to make, usually something 8.0 sharp with the doubles, because then we can sell them out of from the normal markets.
Is it still possible to buy beers in Alko as well?
Yes, Alko has the beer range also.
Okay.
Also under the 8 also. But I think with beers, it's mostly for the big stuff, Imperial Stouts, triple IPAs, something like that.
Yeah.
And the Alko's the main format is, I think, wines and whiskeys, vodkas. Anyway, those higher ABV liquors. And like I saw today in Systembolaget that the culture is different. Here people actually buys them different. They have the everyday groceries from a market, and then they go for the alcohols or whatever to Systembolaget. But in Finland, you get those everyday beers while you're shopping your groceries. Yeah.
It's quite a big difference. But do you know why because it former it was up to 5%, I think.
5.5.
5.5, and quite recently it was raised to 8%.
Yeah.
And do you know what the discussion was with that?
Yeah, there was discussion about the criticism from politicians came from the idea that now the youth can have like 8% RTDs from every market, and everyone will be, drunk as fuck, like over the streets, and will be like walking zombies everywhere. But it didn't happen, so that was it. But I think there is some growing demand to get rid of the monopoly status, or some restrictions that are maybe from the past.
Yeah.
And I feel it also, like, for me the main problem with monopoly is that why should it be only one company to choose what wines or what whiskey or what beers people can drink in the country, actually, what they are allowed to buy. One company chooses that. So that's kind of my idea that there's something wrong with that idea.
Yeah. But how does it work in Finland? Because in Sweden, Systembolaget, like, they push out some tenders, and you have to, as a brewer, you have to respond to the tender and try to adjust your product as much as possible to the specifications. And in that way, Systembolaget is more or less deciding what we should drink in half a year in the future. Does Alko also have these kind of tenders, or how does it work?
Yeah, I think so. We work with our distributor in Finland. They're actually our connection to Alko.
Okay.
I'm not too much into it, but it's there's something similar,
more or less the same.
more or less, because they are big, kind of big operator, so it's slower. It's slower. They need to have something from very early in advance to their, because it also needs to follow the law,
of course.
and the law, it needs to be like same for everyone. You know, everybody needs to have the chance if there are.
Yeah, it's but you see the pros and cons as it talked about before with the, like that kind of monopoly. To really, I mean, it's in Sweden you can get a really wide distribution of your beers, even if you're like a small brewer who wins a tender.
Yeah.
But then mostly it's like a one-off, and then it's not sure that the consumers will order your beer because they can't find your beer on the shelf after that tender maybe.
Yeah, true.
So how about your can art, your graphic design? You have quite a typical, the cans are similar to each other. Is it like a, have you decided to do that to pop out on the shelves, or how do they adjust it?
I think the original idea is that when we are new to people, we want to highlight the brand, the logos, that people would see that, okay, that's Revenant. I have maybe seen that before. Okay, it's over there.
Yeah,
something like that. But we have seen also that the feedback that now when we have multiple schools at the same time, we need to make some changes to that also. That it's the cans could like be more recognizable individually.
Yeah, because nowadays it's, I mean, I more or less only see the name of the brewery. You can't that easily see the name of the beer.
Yeah, we're working on that. And that's something we have get feedback, and
And when you turn to the classic style like Helles, will you still have the same like art for those?
Yeah, it's more or less. There's like some different. The stripe of the can is like green over there.
Okay.
With Imperial Stout, it's some colors. Black and white is white and black, and that way. But yeah, I think still it needs to be some development to get them more shown individually.
Yeah,
better. Yeah.
Should we dig into the big bold and black one here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, it's early in the evening, but lots of chocolate, coffee, dried fruit, maybe.
Yeah, it's our first Imperial Stout.
Really flavorful and full and rich body and so on. Yeah,
I like how it came out. Like it's I think spot on that what we want it to be. There is something from the old school, like the roastiness.
Yeah, definitely.
From something like maybe reminds some of Russian Imperial style, but it still has like the modern sweetness also, and there is a Ugandan vanilla.
It's vanilla in it as well.
Yeah, but not like overwhelmingly.
No.
So it's giving some sweetness, vanilla in the background.
Yeah, more like subtle sweetness, because it's not at all overly sweet.
Yeah.
So it was really a sipper, this one.
Yeah, thanks.
You can almost sit and just smell on it because it smells so wonderful.
Thanks. It's
I mean, then if you have like a real goblet instead of these small festival glasses, it will have the smell would be even more amazing.
Yeah, the idea here is that as a first one, we don't want it to be like something super extraordinary that you see in a lot of nowadays with those pastries. If they have some cinnamon bun or something over there, then it's like that first, and then there's also stout in the maybe in the background. But this, I think it's beautifully highlighting the Imperial Stout as it is.
Yeah, but
nothing too extraordinary or
no,
something like that. So,
but still, it's really what a pleasant one and an enjoyable one, and you should sit it down in a home your sofa with in front of the fire or something,
yeah,
and have this one. Oh, it was great.
yeah.
So now you've been to you are in Sweden. Have you like met some colleagues to maybe brew some collaborations in the future or something? I mean, you're here with your importer or distributor in Sweden, Moestue Cask.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's true.
so it's the first time you work with them?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are now working with Moestue Cask, and I'm happy for our first delivery and and their effort towards us. And of course, we want to show our effort to them, like being here and seeing the clients in Gothenburg. We have seen many during the week. So I'm happy of the partnership with Moestue Cask.
Yeah, that is great. But have you visited some brewers as well?
Not breweries this time, at
No?
least, but there's plenty of contacts. I have.
Of course.
I was busy on my spot yesterday, but we had time to talk with colleagues.
Ah, cool.
With like Stigbergets,
Yeah.
Ovo Brewing, amazing beers.
Yeah.
I visit those at least. Dry and Bitter from Denmark.
Yeah, there are a couple
good friends of us.
There are a couple of Swedish breweries that brew hell of a lot of collabs.
Yeah,
and they really love it. And there are some brewers that more or less never brew collabs. I don't know why, but they have different philosophies maybe.
I think that there's something in that, but I see that in this business, in this scene, you kind of need to choose who are you friend with.
Yeah.
The collabs is, I see it always as a point to learn new things, learn how they do things, maybe they can learn something from us.
Of course.
We can learn something from them.
Yeah.
We can show the people also like we are friends with these guys. We want to be friends with these guys. We want to do something with those. So it's more or less like being friends with people other than being competitors against each other.
Yeah.
So,
but if like I consider you as a rather small brewery so far.
Yeah.
But do you like to do collabs then with brewers in the same size, or do you always like aim for a larger cooperation partner? I mean, it's always it's a way to gain new markets as well, of course.
Of course, it's marketing.
Yeah.
Marketing, of course. I don't ever think about the size of the brewery or how we could make the most, reach with the. I want to mostly know the people behind the brewery.
Yeah.
Not to make decisions that we need to find something bigger or like, okay, we have done collabs with Northern Monk, Track, now Rivington in our level. So those are very very big legends in the scene. So I'm very honored to be invited with those guys to brew a beer. So that's amazing. But I don't like to kind of think that are those big or small or what are they? Are they friendly? Do they want to do something with us? That's the most important thing, even if you're big or small.
Yeah, but I mean, you should also like see that we have done something good to have this more or less like fast lane to those like amazing breweries that you have done collab with so far.
Yeah,
so that's quite cool in such a few years.
Yeah, it gives a signal.
Yeah, definitely.
It gives a signal to and give some courage that maybe we are doing something right.
Yeah.
Also, of course, we made mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, but it gives the signal that we are on the right track, on the right path to push even forward.
Yeah, and so far in Sweden we cannot buy you at Systembolaget, but if you're in Gothenburg, where can you go to find your beers?
At least Red Lion.
Red Lion.
I was there today. Yes. At least there. I can remember the other places, but I think the Systembolaget will be early 26.
Ah, it will. Great.
Yeah, I believe so.
Will it be a hazy one or will it be something else?
I cannot tell.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet. But But with Moestue, we are working to get the beers
Okay.
to Systembolaget early next year.
Really great.
Yeah,
really great.
I'm really looking forward for that.
Yeah. How is the pricing in Finland compared to Sweden? I mean, Sweden have, I guess that Finland also had quite a high tax on alcohol.
Yeah.
So
It's
I mean, a Swedish like double IPA costs more or less like 50 Swedish crowns. That maybe is 4.5 euro. And imported beers used to be a little bit higher price on those.
Yeah, I think generally exported beers from the UK or Europe, exported double IPAs, for example, they are close to 10 euros.
Yeah.
In the markets. Of course, in the bars, it might be even more,
of course,
if it's a big pint or something.
Definitely more.
Yeah,
definitely.
But the pricing, maybe it's quite similar.
Yeah.
Quite similar in a way.
But is it hard to like set different prices on different markets? I mean, Systembolaget is one of the largest buyers of alcohol in the world.
Yeah.
So they are quite tough in their pricing, at least when it comes to tenders. And you're maybe not going for a tender so far, but
you kind of said it. It's that's also that the pricing is something that we have been learning already with the export market. It's just it is the fact that you need to be very flexible with the pricing. You need to find the right price for every market, and that makes it kind of complicated. But when you kind of starting to know your different markets, then better and better, then you kind of already know where we are. So yes, it's a little bit complicated, but I think we will find the proper pricing for Sweden, for example, and for every other market also.
And I think when you're a brewer like you that do mostly like one-offs, people tend to be possible to pay a little bit more for they want that one.
Yeah, maybe.
That one.
But
so.
maybe it was one-offs. It's also like takes more time to develop the new recipe, even though if there's nothing much more than the hops to change, but still you need to make a new art, you need to make a new name, you need to make a new theme maybe for the beer,
of course,
and register the beer. That takes more effort than to just brew the one again and again and again when you have all the materials, all the already the pricing in before. So it takes some little more time with the one-offs, and then they might be a little bit more expensive each time.
So are you heading for any other markets, or do you take like one at a time, or I mean, you have like you are at some web shops in like Netherlands and so on.
Yes,
I think I've seen.
I think we have something like 15 countries today, something like that.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah, we have, for example, new deliveries to Thailand actually, and
Thailand.
Yeah,
okay.
And we have been for those faraway markets. We have been in Malaysia and Singapore also. In Europe, something like 10 countries so far.
Isn't it a bit strange that you go to Thailand before you go to Sweden?
Kind of.
More or less, yeah.
More or less, yes. It is, but
that's how it is.
We kind of we are very keen on to the export, so we make a lot of work to it. We have a export manager from UK to make those export deals to be kind of complete. So it's not like you just don't go to some country like, okay, here's beer, buy it.
No.
It doesn't happen that way.
It doesn't happen.
It takes time, and there might be even if you have the best beer in the world with the best price in the world, there still might be that there's no room for another brewery in some distributor's portfolio. So
of course,
so you need to find the exact time and place to be in some places, and with some places it might happen. There is a need they need a new brewery.
Yeah.
They need okay. Here we are.
Yeah.
Let's do it right away. Then you can go. But sometimes it takes a lot more time. Usually it takes more time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So any final words you want to give to the listeners before we wrap up here?
Yeah, excited for the festival tonight, and excited to meet the Swedish friends here. And I hope that we can gain some, as I always say, we don't need to be the biggest in the world, but we want some little decent foothold, regular flow in Sweden, so we can actually be here more often, visit you guys. So, all right.
I really think that we will help you to succeed with that vision.
Yeah, I respect that. Yeah.
Thank you, Janne. Thank you for an amazing chat and sharing your story.
Hey, skål.
Cheers.
I like beer.